Good day. How is everyone today? It is Thursday, June 11th, 2026, and pardon the whatever. um, Thanks for being here. And I was watching a YouTube channel called Messenger of God, I believe is the name of it. He does individual saints' stories and prophecies, and very, very interesting. I like the way they're done. Some are AI and some are his own narration. But he digs in really deep into what these people actually said versus what is being put out there. And it's very interesting. But there was one about a young Belgian immigrant into the United States. In the 1800s, and she had a apparition, a vision of Dea Matronam Nostrae, who said to teach the children, and I forgot exactly what it was, but at some point you would know what your purpose is for. And in 1871, apparently there was a fire that engulfed huge regions, and I think it was more than just a localized event. And in any case, they had built a chapel in their little community in, I believe it was either Wisconsin or Minnesota. Wisconsin? Okay. And so it was all wooded and everything, and they could see the fires coming, and the townsfolk and the group that they had formed there, and they all gathered at that chapel because they knew people were being burned everywhere, in places and everything, buildings, trees. And so what they did is they didn't have a priest there, and they did a procession, saying the rosary around the perimeter of the chapel, not immediately around the building, but around the property itself, the outer borders. And then everybody within that area, they were saved, and nothing was burnt. It stopped right at the edges of where they were. I highly recommend that we do that. Have a rosary prayer procession around the edge of your property, and then it will be protected. Let's get started with Good Day Rising prayers. In nomine Dei Matronam Nostrae, Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Let us place ourselves in the presence of the Most Holy Divine Family, and in Catholic contemplation humbly venerate the Most Holy Trinitarian Theophany. Most Holy and Venerable Trinity, one Divine Family, I believe that Thou art here present. I venerate Thee with the deepest humility, and I render to Thee with my whole heart the homage which is due to Thee. O Most Holy Divine Family, relying on Thine infinite goodness and promises, I hope to obtain pardon of my sins, the help of Thy grace, and life everlasting, through the merits of Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Matronam Nostrae. O Most Holy Divine Family, I love Thee above all things with my whole heart and soul, because Thou art all good and worthy of all love. I love my neighbor as myself for love of Thee, and I forgive all who have injured me, and ask pardon of all whom I have injured. Let us thank the Most Holy Divine Family for the many graces that we receive, and offer ourselves and our sufferings up to heaven, and for the souls in purgatory. O Most Holy Trinity, I most humbly thank Thee for all the favors Thou hast bestowed upon me to the present moment. It is again thanks to Thy bounty that I should live to see this day, and I desire to employ it solely in Thy service. I consecrate to Thee all my thoughts, words, actions, and sufferings of this day. Sanctify them, that there may be none that is not animated by Thy love, or that would not tend to Thy greater glory. Let us make a firm resolution to avoid evil and to do good, and let us beg of the most holy divine family, the graces which are necessary to us. O my God, thou knowest my weakness, and that I am unable to do anything good without the help of thy grace. Deny me not thy grace, proportionate to my necessities. Give me strength to avoid everything which thou forbiddest, to practice the good which thou hast commanded, and enable me patiently to bear all the trials which it may please thee to send me. O Dea Matronam Nostrae, O Holy Mother of God, I place myself under thy protection. I throw myself with confidence into the arms of thy compassion. Be to me, O Mother of Mercy, my refuge in distress, my consolation in suffering, now and at the hour of my death. O most holy divine family, as envisioned by Saint Lucia as the most holy Trinitarian Theophany, Dea Matronam Nostrae, Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. I am heartily sorry for having offended thee, and I detest all my sins, because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell. But most of all, because they offend thee, O most holy Trinity, who are all good and deserving of all my love. I firmly resolve, with the help of thy grace, to confess my sins, to do penance, and to amend my life. In nomine Dei, Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Deum Vobiscum, et proque apud te. Oremus. Fidelium Deum Iesum Christum, omnium conditor et redemptor, animabus famalorum quitorum, remissionem contorum, tuebue peccatorum, ut indulgentiam quam semper obteverunt, bis supplicationibus consequentor. Qui tegum vivere reinat in una divina familia, qui erat est et edit in aeternum. Suscipe Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum hoc immaculatum hostium, quam ego indinius famalos tuus offedi tibi Deum meum vivum et verum, pro innumerabilibus peccatis et offensionibus et negligentiis meis, et per omnibus circumstantibus, sed per omnibus fidelibus catholicorum, vivis atque defunctis ut mihi iris proficiat ad salutem. Deum qui comunae substantia et unitate mirabilitu condivisi et mirabilis reformasti de nobis pedus aqua divinum mysterium, eis divinitatis esse consortis qui benefactris nostrae fieri dignatus patriceps Deum Iesum Christum Filium, qui tegum vivit reinat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Offerimus tibi Deum calicem salutaris tuum de peccantis clementiam, uticus vetu divina majestatis tuae, pro nostra totius mundi salute, cum adoris suavitatis ascendat. In spiritu meditatis et in animo contritus suscipiam rata Deum Iesum Christum, et sic fiat sacrificium nostrum in conspectu hodie, ut placeat tibi Deum Matronam Nostrae Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, veni sanctificator Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, et sanctificite blata prosequendo, et accepere hoc sacrificium tuosum pro nomini praeparatum. Suscipe Sancta Trinitas in coblationem contibia ferimus. Ab amorem passiones resurrectiones et distinciones Deum Iesum Christum, et in honorem Deum Matronam Nostrae et Papa Peter Sanctorum, et Istorum et Omnium Sanctorum, ut ibis proficiat ad honorem nobis autem et salutem, et ibi pro nobis intercedere in inter caelis, coram amorem agamus in telis per in Christum Deum nostrum. Orate ut mem questum sacrificium acceptabile fiat per Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Suscipiat Deum Iesum Christum sacrificium de manibus tuis et laudem et gloriam nominis sui ad utilitatem coque nostram totiusque ecclesiae suae sanctae. Deum ubiscum, coque suusum corda, patamas a Deum. Gracias sacamos Deum nostrum, limitistum est. Deigitur clementes in matere patere de materam nostra, et in patrum spiritum sanctum, pedemis in Christum filium tuum Deum nostrae supplices, rogamus ac petimus. Ibi effecta habeas et sanctificas, haec sanctam sacrificiam ilibata, in primis quae tibi eferimus pro ecclesiam tuam sanctam catholicam, quam precificare custodiere honore, et regere dignitis toto viterarum atque catholicae. In memento Deum famalorum catorum, we pray for the sick and the suffering. We especially pray for Paul, Shelley, Therese, Cody, Ben, Jenny, Katie, Kathy, Maria Josephina Mose, Marilyn, Mark Jr., the Stevenson family, Letitia, Mindy, Todd, Clarette, and Dennis, Barbara Santa Croce, Benedict Santa Croce, James, Robert, Gregory, Adam, Malachi, and Patrick Santa Croce, Michaela McLarnon and family, the Kendrick, Shorten, Nolan, Dosco, Kane, Nye, Camarano, and Pahusky families, and the Williams, Tafour, and Began families, and all their good intentions. We pray for the establishment of a Catholic monarchy with a sound Catholic system of labor, human value, and medium of exchange with no usury and no negotiable instruments. We pray for an end to all governmental allowance or sanctioning of abortion, transgenderism, transhumanism, child trafficking, child abuse of any kind, all human trafficking, especially for the purposes of organ harvesting. And we pray that courageous men step forward as leaders of this Catholic society to stop those nefarious activities. We pray for wisdom on how to prepare our properties for growing food, raising animals, and sharing with our neighbors and protecting our families. We pray for the elimination of all harmful radiation waves in our air and in our homes. We pray for the gift of discernment and for an increase in the knowledge and practice of the Catholic virtues. We ask that all quote-unquote gay marriage, all pornography, and the OnlyFans platform be stopped immediately. We ask for a reversal of the feminist ideology and a return to godly femininity. We ask that men and women cease working for Freemasons and corporations, and that we help other Catholics out with regards to jobs and assistance. We ask for the conversion of all sinners trapped in a state of mortal sin, especially the ignorant and our enemies. Please remove all forms of Freemasonry and its tentacles that are throughout the world. Guide the members into the submission of the most holy Trinitarian Theophany through correct baptism and confession. We ask you to destroy the satanic document of Vatican law that is the Jewish Talmud. That you destroy Rome and the Vatican, and that we recognize the authority of the Catholic Church to be in Portugal. Please nullify any attempts to establish anti-Semitism propaganda into any rules, codes, laws, statutes, or policies. We ask that those who are in quote-unquote law enforcement to learn about the Catholic faiths and what they should and shouldn't do with regards to their work. We ask the Most Holy Trinity that all Catholics be given the grace to be accountable, so that we may each have a holy hatred for sensuality, as St. Catherine of Siena encouraged, a repentant shame for the offenses we have committed and continue to commit against thee, and a deep love of thee and of souls, so much that we desire nothing more than to be of service to thee in every moment of our lives. All this we ask in accordance with the Most Holy Divine Family's goodwill and intention. et omnium circumstantium quorum tibi fides cogita est et nota duotio, pro quibus tibi efferimus, vero qui tibi offrontox sacrificium laudis, pro se suisque omnibus, pro redemptione animarum suarum pospe salutis et decolamitatis suae, tibi quiridunt volta sua aeterno Deum vivo et vero, communicantes et memoriam venerantes in primis gloriosae, semper Deum matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Beatorum martyrium tuorum Papa Sancti Petri et Sancti Lucia et Sancti Jacinta et Sancti Francisco et Sancti Juan Diego, et omnium sanctorum tuorum quorum meritis praecibusque concedas ut in omnibus protectionis tuae munium exidio pedium Christum Deum nostrum, quam oblatione de Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum in omnibum consecratum acceptabilem feceti dineris ut nobis corpum et sanguinem fiat edictissimi filium tuum Deum Iesum Christum, qui pridie quam pateretur recepit panem sanctus ac honorabilis manus suas, et derivatis oculis in calamate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum sum omnipotentem tibi gratias agens. Consecratavit fregit di quilli sui dicens accipite et mundicate et soc omnes. Hoc est enim corpus meum. Simili modo postquam cinemoni est accipiens, et hunc preclarum calecem in sanctus ac honorabilis manus suas, et in tibi gratias agens Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Consecratavit diquillum sui dicens accipite et bibite ex eo omnes. Hic est enim calix sanguinis mei, vestidium fidei, quae pro nobis et pro multis affondetur in remissionem peccatorum. Ae potestium perfegeritis in memoriam perfegeritis. Unde et memores Deum nos servituis et plebs tua sancta justum Christum filium tuum Deum nostrae, tam beatae passiones nec non et in feris resurrectionis, sed et in caelos gloriosus ascensionis offerimus, preclarae maestati tui de tuis donis sacratis, supra quae propitio axere nuguturus picere dineris. Supplices teragamus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum iubi hec defere per manus tuum ucurcur, ex hoc apparis pacificationem sacrosanctum Deum Filium tuum, corpus et sanguinem sincerimus, omni sanctificatione celesti gratia Dei amor fidelium Christum Deum nostrae. We pray for those who have died, and we especially pray for Ann Dosco, for whom this Mass is being offered, and Grace Mannion. Ipsis Deum et omnibum in Christum Christiantibum locum refugere lucis et pacis ut undor geste proclamor pedium Christum Deum nostrum, per cum hic omnia Deum Iesum Christum semper bona creas, sanctificas, vivibicas, consecratis et praestas nobis. Per ipsum et cum ipso et in ipso est tibi Deum Matronum omnipotentium in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, omnis honor et gloria. Ave Dea, matronam nostrae, gratia plena Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum tecum, sancta tua in mulier, Deum matronam nostrae, matram Deum Iesum Christum, misericordia nobis peccatoribus nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Libera nos quae sumus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum abonibus malis, praeteritis, praesentibus et futuris et intercedente beata gloriosa semper Dei Matram nostrae, cum Papa Petrum Sanctorum et omnibus sanctis, da propitius pacem in diebus nostris. Ut obi misericordiae Tuae aduiti te peccato, simus semper liberi et ab omni perturbatione seculi. Per diem Deum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium Tuum Deum nostrum, qui dicam vivit et reinat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per aeternam. Pax Deum Iesum Christum sit semper vobiscum et quoque apate. Haec mixtio consecratio copris et sanguis Deum Iesum Christum, fiat excipientibus nobis in ad salutem aeternam. Pax Tecum, et quoque apate. Deum Iesum Christum, qui ex voluntate Dei Matronam nostrae, cooperante Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per mortem Tuam mundum vivificasti, libera me per hoc sacro sanctum corpus et sanguinum Tuum abonibus iniquitatibus meis et universis malis, et fac me Tui semper in hara demandatis, et nunquam separare permittas, qui cum meo dem Deum Matronam nostrae et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum vivis et regnam aeternam. Perceptio corporis Tui Deum Iesum Christum, quod ego in inius sumere praesimo non mihi proveniat in indicium coronationem, servo tu pietate prosit mihi ad udumentum mentis corporis et ad vedelam perceptiendam, qui vivis et reinas cum Deum Matronam nostrae in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Panem celestum excipiam et nomen Deum Iesum Christum immutabo. Dea Matronam nostrum non sunt inius, ut et meus in panteri quabus soveranam mea. Deum Iesum Christum non sunt inius, ut et meus in panteri quabus soveranam mea. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum non sunt inius, ut et meus in panteri quabus soveranam mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Quid retubum Deum Iesum Christum prominibus quae retubut mihi, calicem salutaris excipiam et nomen Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum invocabo. Laudans invocabo Deum Matronam nostrae et ab inimicis meis avus ero. Sanguis Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima meam. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet animam tuum. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet animam tuum. Quod sumus Deum Iesum Christum puramente capiam et immunum et tempore fit nobis remedium sempiternum. Christum de miesum cusum cusonse sanguis cum petoria heria visceribus meis apraesta. Ut in minon men remania scelera macula quem purat sanctara vicerunt sacramenta. Deum obiscum, quoque apud oremus. Animabus quesumus Deum Iesum Christum famalorum cantorum oratio proficiat supplicatium ut eas et peccatis omnibus exoas et tue redemptionis facies esse participes. Qui te comuevit reinat in una divina familia qui erat est et edit in aeternum. Deum obiscum, quoque apud te, ite mis est, Deum gratia. Gloria tibi, Sancta Trinitam obsequium, suffetitis meae, et praesta ut sacrificium corruculis, Tuae Majestatis in unus autoritibus et capitale iniquiete omnibus, pro quibus idut doctoris et miserante propitiae et progressum Deum nostrum. Sanctificat vos omnipotens Deum, Deum matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. O most holy Trinity, I believe, I venerate, I hope, and I love thee. I beg thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not venerate, do not hope, and do not love thee. Most holy Trinitarian Theophany, Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. I venerate thee profoundly, and I offer to thee the most precious body, blood, soul, and divinity of Deum Iesum Christum, present here in reparation for the outrages, sacrileges, and indifference by which he himself is offended, and through the infinite merits of his most sacred heart and immaculate heart of Deum Matronam Nostrae, I beg of thee the conversion of poor sinners. In nomine Deum Matronam Nostrae, Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. Thank you for attending and for your perseverance. We must have perseverance in all our struggles now as we go through many, many changes. Tonight, we begin our fast, and we'll go through tomorrow till tomorrow evening for Fasting Friday. All right. Hope you can do the same. Offer it up for the souls in purgatory and whatever intention that you have personally in your life. And again, try to do the consecration of your property with a rosary around the perimeter. Ask for protection during these times. All right. Have a great day, and please go and sanctify all those you meet. We'll see you tomorrow.